is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie for your Thursday podcast, talking about the world's most boring man. This bloke's been voted it, right?
Yeah.
But he's actually been helping people get to sleep.
Yeah, he puts someone to sleep, guaranteed, within 30 seconds.
Well,
Really?
Yeah, it's the topic and his voice. It's the combination
he
together.
puts people to sleep quicker than Conor McGregor. So this guy will blow your mind. But it's funny what people listen to get to sleep.
Fascinating stuff.
Comfort.
Yeah, you'll hear more about it on the podcast.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
This is a sad story. Plans to redevelop the Coogee Bay Hotel with a 6-storey apartment block and boutique accommodation has been given the green light. So the approval means that the owner will be allowed to demolish several buildings within the venue, including the famous Selena's nightclub.
No, you do not.
Mate, Selena, 13-24-10, who did you see at Selena's? What an iconic place. We need to fight for this, don't we? But it's been given the green light. It looks like there's no chance that it's going to stick around.
Well, it depends what they're going to do. I mean, what goes into those 3 buildings they're demolishing? Are they going to set up a new Selena's, mate? Is it Selena's Mark II?
Oh, they might, but
2.0.
mate, Selena's. I'm looking at some of the set. Oh my gosh, some of the bands that have played at Selena's over the years. New Order played in 1982 and 1987. That's unbelievable. 1992, first big day out here. Nirvana played 2 shows at Selena's.
Amazing.
One with the Violent Femmes.
Yep, imagine that. Just
Have
a
you got
quiet
any
night.
Violent Femmes in the system there, Jess?
Oh, there we go.
Yes,
Blister in the
turn
sun.
that up, please. And Nirvana played Feb 6 and Feb 7 in Selena's. You got In Excess, you got Radiohead, they played in 1994.
Wow.
No Doubt played in 1996 along with the Sex Pistols. My gosh. The Prodigy?
Should we be having a Kate Sweet Seats at Selena's before it's knocked down?
That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. NoFX, I went and saw NoFX in the year 2000. They played. But it's just, you know what, it's iconic venues like this. The Tote down in Melbourne was one. There's one down in Adelaide at the moment they're trying to close down called the Crown and Anchor, everyone calls the Cranker.
Yep.
These should be heritage buildings.
Sure they are. You can't let it go. Tom, start the petition. Get the calls coming through. We need 50,000 signatures by the end of the week.
Michelle the Minx is ringing in, Tom. She
Minxie
may have
would have
been to
had-
Selena's.
I think she saw the Smashing Pumpkins play there.
Smashing Pumpkins
Did
played as
she?
well.
Yeah.
I saw Midnight Oil in 1998 did the Redneck Wonderland, and Tommy, they had a wheel. They had
Wonderland.
They had 60 songs on a wheel, and they would get a fan to come up. You would spin the wheel, and whatever came up, they played.
Beds are burning. How good would
It's
that
a
have
great
been?
idea.
Okay.
I've been getting text messages from everyone. Richo's text me. He saw Primal Scream. They were on acid. Hoodoo Gurus did a Christmas show every December. He said the Radiohead gig was before Creep broke and there was 200 people there.
Oh, my God. Amazing. Johnny in Forestville, hello.
Hello. I saw the Divinals in 1988 with Chrissy Amplis.
What a front woman, John. One of the best in the world.
Yes, that was a very good concert. And what happened afterwards was even funnier.
What happened?
I parked the car up on the headland and somebody parked me in and I had to sit there for 3 or 4 hours waiting to get my car out. And I ended up taking my girlfriend home at over the Harbour Bridge as the sun was coming up.
Oh, John,
wow.
that's a night that you'll remember forever.
Quite
Yes,
romantic,
indeed.
you might say, Johnny.
Well
It turned
done.
into a positive.
Well done, John.
Yep.
Love it. Let's go to Renee in Stanhope Gardens. Renee, who'd you see at Selena's?
I happened to see Nirvana back in 1992.
Oh, my God.
Now, Renee, I heard that Kurt wasn't in the best of nick for that gig. Is that correct?
That's right. He'd just gotten back on the gear, so I think he'd come from somewhere in Asia. It must have been a very small stopover, but like America than Asia. I think this is right. Anyway, by the time he got here, he was well back on the gear. And, he was all over the shop.
Was it still good, Renee? Was it a great show?
It was amazing. Like, I expected them to be a little bit off due to that. They had to restart songs a number of times.
Yep.
They just weren't with it. And Chris Novoselic was just as bad, to be honest. But, yeah, I just remember it. knew that there was something special about that night, and
Wow.
that's when they came out to play The Big Day Out as well.
Well,
Awesome.
Nirvana, Nevermind had just come out, Renee. What an amazing gig to go and see. Kate Ritchie's just texted me. She saw the Screaming Jets at Salona's.
Did she?
I could
Got any better in the system by the Screaming Jets? Tom's shaking his
Dave
head straight
Gleason
away.
should have got her up. That's so sad. So sad that it's gone.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's celebrate this man. He's been labelled the most boring man in the world. So many people. In fact, there's been 11,000 comments so far to say, I use this to fall asleep to. And this was a video that came out, literally a video, VHS tape in 1989, of how to use Microsoft Word.
Oh, good, because I need a bit of advice on that.
So you open it up, you start typing on the blank page, save file, save as, even if you want to change the file type. There's so much you can do on it. And this man, for an hour 40, as you watch this video, which is now on YouTube, can talk you through how to use
And as you go down to Save As and select that, a little box will appear on the screen and say, what would you like to name this document? At that point, give it a new name, and when you close, you'll find that you have your original document, your customer service document, and you'll have your brand new one also. So that allows you not to have to go back in and recreate
An hour
the original
40.
document.
So,
You can make
okay,
changes,
I'm
make
just writing that
additions,
down. So
and
then you name it,
save
and
that
then
document.
that's
You wanna
your
publish it,
document.
always-
Yeah.
That's really
And
interesting.
the updated version now will even suggest what you can name it based on some of the first words or a headline you've given your document.
I don't mind this because I've told you guys I've been using ceiling fan ambience to
Yes.
get to sleep.
Because you can't turn the fan.
And white noise is another big one as well. But you know what? People actually find this really relaxing.
They do. I mean, we do a lot of at home for the kids. We do some like rainforest. We'll do rainforest.
Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I
Not
think
too
it's-
hard,
I think it's
though.
causing one of them to wet the bed. I think the sort of rain outside feel, which we haven't needed in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah,
but
don't think of water.
The riddle time opener's always a good
What do
one
you
for
mean,
me
mate?
to get to
I
sleep.
don't think that is. It's funny. You do fall asleep halfway through on a Friday. Fitzy finishes at 8:30. Talking to the team, though, about weird sounds that they quite like, I went around and had a bit of a chat. Now, Jess, because people become fascinated with viral videos of just these sounds that you can't believe you're hearing.
Brother
No, not Brother that was yesterday. Jess, you're a big fan of the chiropractor videos that you're seeing at the
Yeah,
moment.
I'm obsessed with on TikTok. They do compilations of chiropractors doing the adjustments. Got a little bit of audio for you. You can hear all the cracking. Very satisfying.
Okay, let the shoulders sink. Good. We're going to bring the hips a little bit more.
And he has such a soothing voice. I'll just put that on.
More.
As soon as I hear the cracks, I'm almost asleep.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost dozing off right now.
Have you seen the one?
Seriously?
Yeah. I love it.
Have you been served that one online where the guy gets like a block of wood and then he hits it with a hammer and it might be at the top of your neck to realign your spine?
I don't think
How could
that's
that be
legal.
someone's
for you.
backyard, is
Can
it?
for me, Bob Ross, the painter, have you ever heard about him?
No.
So this was in the
See
80s.
the guy with the curly hair?
Yeah, and he used to teach you how to paint, Kate, but it's so lovely. Have a listen to this.
Hello, I'm Bob Ross. I'd like to welcome you to the Joy of Painting. This is a 1-hour instructional tape designed to take you step by step through a beautiful painting project.
Remember a while ago, one of the Kardashians came out and said they did that painting, and then they went, no, that's an old Bob Ross painting. You're a shonk.
Oh,
do you remember that?
really? No, I never watched any of the Kardashians.
Lizzie's a huge fan of the... I spent a lot of time on the couch, Kate Ritchie.
So sorry, but we haven't seen one episode.
Wait till I tell you about Seventh Heaven. I did a lot of that when I was at TAFE. Lizzie, who works on the show, she loves the Amsterdam fight scene from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I'm not talking to you. And I'm just shut your f***ing mouth. I've had enough of you, you beast. Beast? Yeah. How dare you?
Loves it.
To go to sleep.
Lies in bed watching that.
Lizzie, we need to have a very stern chat about
Tom, have you got Tom there?
We could come back to Tom. I mean, I've got Che who works on the team. He
so
loves the mummy sound.
Clearly.
this.
Yeah, so it can guide his dreams. He said he's always wanted to be in the mummy. Chase, got his own things going on as well. Big fan of Shrek because he played Shrek in the musical and was in a relationship with Donkey. But
I don't know about that.
Kind of ironic because your mummy puts me to sleep sometimes too.
you leave Christine out of this. old Pristine. She would be offended to hear
so sorry,
you
Pristine.
get that word out of your mouth. What would Tom listen to?
what
Load
would
something
Tom?
for us, Jess, while we talk to Bianca from Liverpool.
Here we go.
Bianca,
right.
Oh, hang on, Tom.
Hi, guys.
What do you fall asleep to, Bianca?
You guys, I have been doing it for years. I am obsessed with true crime, so I fall asleep to true crime podcasts. I need to know how she died, why he ate her piece of her arm. I need to know it all.
Bianca, I'm the opposite. If I'm watching telly before I go to bed and it's a true crime and there's eerie music, I've got to flick it over to an ad or something that brings you up, so I feel
Do you know
good
what's funny?
Yeah.
I actually can't watch horror movies. They scare me. I can't watch them. But I will fall asleep to a true crime podcast.
Wow.
Or I will watch a true crime series and not flinch. But scary movies that are fake, I can't watch them. But I will fall asleep to someone eating someone's limbs and enjoying it and finding out they're a psychopath.
Something kind of hypnotic about it, maybe.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Oh,
thank you for
I
calling.
can't wait to get to bed. I don't
You're a
want to. I
sicko,
don't want to
Bianca.
share bedtime with anybody.
Absolute sicko.
I've just received a message from Inga, Tom's wife.
Oh, this will be good. Here we go.
Inga has just messaged.
Where's the drum roll, Jessica?
She
Is it
said
ready to
that
go?
Tom
here we
normally
go.
listens to this in bed.
Here we go.
I didn't know what you were going to do. It's not even clever.
Isn't that a
It's
wonderful
not
image?
Loves to
Hang on
fish.
a minute.
even clever.
You've gone fishing, you're camping in the hills with a mate, and now you're listening to lions, mate?
Wow. Big shout out to all the lines at Taronga this morning, guys. We'll see you soon. Oh.
I wish everyone could see Whipper cracking himself up at his own joke here that wasn't very good.
Do you know what you didn't see? When we were talking to Bianca, he was trying to set up the grab and it took him about 3 minutes.
But it's worked so well. And Estina's called through, and Ashley, we're going to talk to them in a minute, guys.
Yeah.
But if you've got a sound or something
Estina.
bizarre, should have seen her. What's her name?
Tom's left a few Estinas.
All right, mate. Estina, you're coming up next.
All right. We've got Estina next. Oh, no. Estina. Hello.
Hi.
What do you listen to fall asleep, Estina?
Oh my God, it's so weird. Okay, everyone knows me for this. For the last 10 years, to get to sleep, I have to watch like SpongeBob episodes. And there is this one song that everyone hates from one of the episodes, but I love it.
Yeah.
How
does it go, Estina? Could you sing it for us?
Okay, well, it doesn't have lyrics. Here's the thing. It's just like... it's called Jellyfish Jam.
Yeah.
And it's really good, but, I get a lot of judgment for it when I have, people come over and I'm like, I just got to put something on to fall asleep, and then they all of a sudden hear SpongeBob, A
lot of annoying voices on that show, Squidward
there is,
and a
of
few
course.
others, Estina. But that relaxes you, does it?
Oh, 100%.
Even SpongeBob is like that big sponge thing.
Yeah,
it's kind of it's not pleasing to the eye.
Just turn it off. She's falling asleep. Oh, Estina's gone. She's asleep.
Some people just find it relaxing. Isn't that weird?
Gone. She's out.
That classic show.
Classic.
Ash is in the box. What does your son fall asleep to, Ash?
Hi, good morning, guys. So nice to talk to you. So my beautiful little man, he's almost 2.
Mm-hmm.
He spent 3 months of his start of life in ICU. So when we were finally about to bring him home, we noticed that he was just really unsettled and we just could not get him to sleep.
Yeah.
So I contacted one of his nurses and asked if she could record the sounds of the NICU machines and the alarms going off. And so she sent that through to me, and now he falls asleep to the sounds of the machines going off, the alarms, and I'm trying to transition him, so I've got a little bit of baby going through at the same time. So he's got a little bit of a remix going on at night, and that's how he falls asleep.
So you're building in a bit of white noise, are you, Ash?
Yeah, we're trying to. It's quite confronting for me to hear those noises.
It's alarming for you.
But he's so calm
I guess
when he hears it, so it's really challenging. But
it would prove then that all of those noises in the hospital were comforting. Do you know that has to be a bit of comfort to you?
It did, and look, I'm getting through that process, but I am trying to phase it out as quickly as I can, but that's what works for him.
Ash, my little man Ted, when he was, God, I don't know, up to about the age of 3, we would play photograph Ed Sheeran, and it was like we'd hit him with Valium. He would stop crying and just fall asleep.
Really?
We played photograph by Nickelback to our kids. This is a photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh.
And they got up and left home. Nicole in Quakers Hill, what do you fall asleep to, Nick?
Good morning. It's not what I fall asleep to, but I have to watch reels and reels of dumpster diving.
Huh?
So people just jumping into dumpsters and pulling stuff out, Nicole?
Yeah, it's mostly American. There's a guy, Dumpster Diver King, and the stuff he pulls out, it's like, I really want to do it, but I can't find anyone to go with me.
You want to do a bit of dumpster diving, do you?
And Fitz, he'll go with you.
He's like, he'll go to the back of a Sephora store and pull out products, like full products. And like, I want that.
Yeah, but it's not
all
always
free.
nice. It's not always makeup, is it?
And
and then it's food, but he'll donate it to charities and that. So it's a bit of feel-good stuff too.
You're going through Tom's house there, Nick, so just think of that next time.
Holly in Seven Hills, you've got a cute one for us, Holes.
Yeah, hi guys, how are you?
Good, Holly. What do you fall asleep to?
I feel like this is going to be a bit controversial, but I cannot sleep without my husband snoring next to me.
Oh, God, tell my wife that.
Is that a calming influence for you, Holly?
I feel like I've just grown accustomed to it. So how I realised is he was in hospital last year for a few days, and I literally couldn't sleep while he wasn't at home. So I called him in hospital and made him, like, I left the phone on speaker in the bed next to me while we slept. Because I literally, for one night, I couldn't sleep while he was gone.
Yeah, as long as it's I think the sound of snoring, if it's continuous and almost rhythmic, you'd be okay. But if someone has sleep apnea and they go in the middle of the night,
it comes down to whether you like the person snoring beside you or not. I mean, if you love them, it's kind of cute.
But
And
Lisa's
if you
left.
can't stand them,
she's in another room.
Every breath is one breath closer to spending another day together.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We're on. Yeah. All right. It's time for 60-second starts. Kate Ritchie's Time Still Standing. Now.
Visit Sydney's ultimate Kia experience dealer, Sydney City Kia, O'Riordan Street, Alexandria.
I'm Neil Dandon. We've still got a Kia Sportage SX hybrid up for grabs. You just need to be in the running. So we have 5 a week that go into the running. We'll give that away very soon, thanks to Sydney City Kia. Alex in Kirrawee, you're in the running. Congrats.
Amazing. Thank you.
Alex, you're stuck in traffic right now, are you? Where are you?
I am. I'm sitting towards the Eastern Distributor.
No, mate, you'll get that.
The old ED.
You'll get that on the big jobs.
EAD.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay, Alex, you are
Jesus. Question number 1. What does EAD stand for? Okay, here we go. Alex, 60 seconds.
What does EAD stand for?
Don't ask that again, Kate.
You
eat a dim sim.
You can't get it correct, so now the power goes on to Alex.
Now I know.
Whoever has the power at the end of 60 seconds.
What?
Welcome.
$100. I'm sorry. Well, I don't speak that way.
No,
My
neither do I.
vocabulary is...
You don't have that for breakfast.
I can't think of the word.
All right, here we go. Alex, your 60 seconds starts now. Other than the last one, name a song that we've played this morning on the show, Alex.
Oh, gosh. Taylor Swift Fortnite.
Incorrect. Over to Kate.
Oh,
Kate, which
good
Spice
guess.
Girl is performing in Sydney this weekend?
Mel C.
Yes, good get. People from Newcastle in the UK are often called what?
Oh.
There's a TV show about it.
What?
Geordies. Let's go over to Alex. Starting with Jay, what name is also a country in the Middle East, Alex?
Jordan.
Correct. Name one Little Britain cast member.
Pass.
David Williams, Matt Lucas. Kate, what colour wiggle was Greg?
Purple.
No, he was yellow. Alex, over to you. Cronides is in 4 locations across Sydney. Name one, Alex.
Woolloomooloo.
No, incorrect. Over to Kate. Scotty James is known for which sport?
It was in Woolloomooloo, wasn't it?
It was, but it's not there anymore.
On Woolloomooloo Wharf.
No, it
No.
wasn't. It was never at Woolloomooloo. Was it King Street Wharf?
No,
was it?
No, it's at Parramatta, Wetherill Park, Castle Hill and Brighton La Sands.
Who's Scotty James?
He's a snowboarder.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
So who won that round? I wasn't watching.
I think Kate.
Oh, Kate
Got
Ritchie.
200
Okay,
tomorrow.
It was a bit of a shallow win.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
You know what everyone's talking about as well as the cost of living?
What's that?
Something called slow dating.
Slow dating?
I've heard of speed dating.
I mean, yes. Have you ever done a bit of speed dating? Oh, you've been off the dating scene for a very long time.
For a very
I
long
don't know why
time.
I'm looking at you.
I did it
And been off the speed for a long time as well. So
You only got 3 minutes in speed dating.
Do you think you could become attractive to the person sitting opposite you in 3 minutes?
Yeah.
What?
Pretty easy hit out.
you look like Tucker Carlson.
What are you
I
talking
doubt
about?
it.
You said I was Clive Palmer yesterday. And then the idea was you had to write down who you enjoyed the 3 minutes with. And
The
then
most.
you could, then you could extend that 3 and catch up with that person again.
Anyway, this is the opposite to that.
Okay.
This is something called slow dating. I like the idea of this because I had a conversation with a girlfriend the other day, and she's on the dating scene, and she was saying, I actually think that the world is going to come back around, and the idea of kind of hard and fast, meet people, they come into your life, they go out of your life. It's all perhaps about the intimacy, physical intimacy, rather than much else. That a bit of slow dating is what we're all just screaming out
This
for.
is your worst nightmare, Kate.
Slow
to sit
dating.
at a table with someone for a few
speed dating.
hours.
Oh, no, you don't. No, slow dating is not the opposite to speed dating in that you get to sit at a table for 3 hours and not 3 minutes.
Gotcha.
Slow dating is more about getting to know someone a lot more slowly.
Okay.
So when you first meet someone in this day and age, maybe you spend hours on the phone and you're really quickly hooking up and meeting them somewhere, and then you're seeing them the next day and the next. Slow dating is choosing quality over quantity, perhaps over a longer period of time.
So you'll say, really enjoyed the date tonight. I'll see you in 4 months.
It's not a bad idea. This isn't your same friend who... I suppose her date came to a very speedy end when she stood in dog poo in her Chanel sandals.
Oh, no, this is a different friend.
girl.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe it's the same friend.
Oh, because that
no,
could
I think
be...
it's this,
that really put
it's a different girl.
fast end of the date there. But I like the idea of maybe even starting as a pen pal.
I think that's going far too. I
Are you writing to someone in prison?
Dear new friend, I've had a wonderful afternoon. I joined Super Club today.
Do you know what I love about this? This is a bit of a community service announcement saying that if you're feeling in your heart that you're not into these, not necessarily into the apps anymore, but not necessarily into taking things very quickly, I was trying to support that idea, and now you're turning this into the fact that if anyone ever had, won the lottery and got to date me,
wow,
that all I would have to talk about is Soup Club.
No, you're more than that, Kate.
Lauren's giving us a call from North Ryde. What do you want to... Do you like slow dating, Lauren? Something that you'd be into?
Look, I've been single for years now. It's hard out there. Fast dating, slow dating, whatever you call it. But I was wondering, you guys should host an event. Get all us singles together.
What do you mean?
Singles
Do you
party.
know what? We did this we did it years and years and years ago, but we haven't done one for ages, Lauren. Would you get involved? Would you get it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
But isn't that how people meet each other now?
Why not?
You go to a party and you get paired up, or perhaps it's a bit of a blind date, or you meet through friends. Like, is it possible to meet the love of your life like that?
Lauren, would you
I hope so, because whatever I'm doing at the moment's not working.
Lauren.
Would you let us pick someone for you? Let's say if we had a singles event.
Oh, yeah, look, why not?
Okay.
Come on, Lauren. I promise I'll be there as well. I'll be part of the choosing process.
We could organise a dance for you, Kate.
A dance where?
Or a date or a dance.
Well, let's have a little bit more of a chat about having an event. I know.
There's a lot of... my understanding is there's a lot of single women in Sydney. That's kind of been the ratio. Not enough men to go around. So I reckon, Tommy... It'd be awesome to start Lauren with a bit of traffic dating. Maybe find a guy there. She could come to a singles event with that guy.
You're moving very fast.
I've jumped the gun
Yeah,
fast.
that's too fast.
No,
We're
it's
talking
not.
about slow dating.
Slow dating, sorry.
Slow
I
dating.
get so carried away with the excitement of Lauren finding love.
That could be a good brainstorm, Tom.
Yeah.
We got any meetings on after the show?
Might have a little thought shower with you guys.
I love a thought shower. Sprinkle,
Can I
Tom.
just be part of the thoughts and not the shower?
Why do we have to think about it in reason?
We're talking about taking it slow, Tommy, and how
Oh, my God.
It's freezing in here. It's more of an
No.
ice bath than a thought shower.
You know what? I do like the idea of having something where we bring people together, because I do think that people are a bit disheartened.
Yep, I agree.
And I don't know how it works. I don't know how you meet someone out there, so maybe we could help people
Write it down,
out
Tom.
all over
Oh,
Sydney.
did you hear that?
Jump in the shower.
Jump in the shower, guys. Everybody, here we go.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We like the Life Improver. How good's the Life Improver? Oh yeah, the Life Improver. Your life, improve it!
Can I throw out a quick one for you? I thought this was quite clever the other day. We went and flew the kite, but I tied the kite to a fishing rod. Much easier to bring in. Much easier to bring in.
Doesn't sound easier at all.
It's quite easy just to wind it around.
Yeah, but you know, if your kite is a long way out, you could be a couple of 100 metres into the air.
You gotta set up your fishing rod. You gotta tie it to the fishing rod.
just clip
Too
it on.
much work.
You just clip your kite
You don't
on.
clip.
Yeah, you do.
What do you clip it with?
Well, they're little clips that you use for putting different trails on fishing rods online. And bang, she's off.
What would you rather do, fish or fly a kite?
So your kite's like, oh my God, I got one.
But wait up.
Bring it in.
So your kite's all wound up. Where do you clip it into?
You cut the lead on the kite.
Oh, you got to cut it.
Don't worry about the process of how you set it up. It's a very practical way of bringing the kite in. I'm glad I contributed. Rochelle, hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
You got a chopstick hack, do you?
I do. I love Asian cuisine, but I cannot master the use of chopsticks.
What do you do?
Grab a straw, bend the straw in half, and then insert the chopsticks in either end of the straw, and then it acts as a little support while you're using the chopsticks.
That's really clever.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
Because quite
Rochelle.
often at a Asian restaurant, they will have a little bit of rolled up paper and an elastic band around, and they give that set up to the kids.
Yeah.
So that it opens and closes itself.
I think it's important to be able to
but the
learn
straw.
to use chopsticks at some point.
You're winning, Rochelle.
Kids are welcome to give us a call on this show, like Lucas has. He's 11 from Wheeler Heights. You got a life hack for us, Lucas?
Yeah.
What is it, bro?
If you cut a little strip from the outside of a strawberry and put it in a jar of dirt, and then you put a shot glass on top for condensation, and then you water it a little bit every day, you can grow a bunch of strawberries.
Oh, Lucas!
And the strawberry's quite unique because the seed is on the outside, isn't it, Lucas?
Yeah, you cut the little seeds off.
That's
put them in
amazing.
the
So you
dirt.
get the plant itself, or just
And
random
then,
strawberries?
when it sprouts, you put it in a bigger pot.
That's true. And you always, you got to go to mum and dad and say, can I borrow one of your shot glasses?
Yeah.
You got a
Mum's
line
like,
up
yeah,
there.
just wait. Let me
Hang on, let me
do
finish
this
it
one
first.
first, and that's all yours.
Oh, why are you having it off Dad's chest?
Because I am sick of you, Lucas. Oh, no. Michelle and Five Dog, give us a life hack, Michelle.
I've got for Kate and the ladies. So when you've got those cute little ballet flats or the pumps and they're just that little bit too tight at the top of the toe, pop them on in the car, get the heater on the foot mode, soften the leather, and it helps mould the shoes to your feet.
Genius.
Oh, it's sort of like a mouth guard, Michelle, you know, when you have to put them in boiling water and then into your mouth?
It's exactly like that.
Exactly.
Michelle, that's good. And then when your chocky bar melts, whack it next to the air conditioning on the front there. Anyone else do that? Anyone else carrying a spare chocolate bar in the car? No, you've never hardened a chocolate bar with your air conditioning.
Never.
No.
So, Rochelle, Lucas, Michelle, you're in the running for 10K a day, mate. Do we have a winner or not? We just all
Kate
have
Ritchie,
a
you need
laugh.
to decide who is the winner today.
Well, I think it has to be Lucas.
Lucas!
doesn't it? I do love to get in the garden. Lucas, you are our best caller this morning.
Off to Sydney Zoo, Lucas.
And a bottle of double chin gin. Well done. Oh, no, we would never do that.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Now, I do love a good study. Sometimes I wonder where on earth the money's coming from to give these
the
people
study.
to do these random studies. And quite often they're an ad for the company who's done them in the first place. This one is about sport. So it might be a good excuse to take this one home and say, hey, honey, I'm allowed to do this because it's good for my mental health.
Kate Ritchie read out
sporty guy that lives at this house, come over here. I've got some facts for you.
It is to do with sport. What they're saying is that people who watch sport regularly are happier than those who are not, according to new findings. It releases, when you're a spectator, it releases good feel-good hormones in the brain, even for those who are not diehard fans. I mean, give us a quick call, 13 24 10, if you don't agree, like me, because I think that spectating, it can be great. You can have fun. I had a great time at the Swans versus GWS game over the weekend. But, like, what if... You're going to have to give me an AFL team. But what if you go for the Dragons or the Adelaide Crows?
What if you go for the West Tigers? Don't say
or the Crows. If you go for the Crows, for example, I can't imagine that that's making your life happier or better.
Well, not this year, correct, Kate? But it can be any team. Any team's up and down.
I agree, because you kind of... It is pure bliss when your team is winning, but if it's a tight game that you've really focused on, the stress levels can be through the roof.
Yeah, MRI scans revealed that the reward centre of a person's brain became very active when people tuned into clips of sporting events. And when they did this survey, people who were into sport, watched more sport, or just watched sport at all, that their mental health was better than... people who were not a spectator at all.
To wake up the next day, you're completely forgotten about the game. You wake up, you realise your team has won, and then you know that you can go back and watch it on a KO Mini or something. That actually gets me so excited.
But see, this is part of my point, is yes, okay, maybe your team loses and you're one of these people who take it really seriously and it ruins your week.
Yep.
Or your team wins and your mental health might be better, but all of the people you live with, maybe your partner who wanted to go to the park with the kids on Sunday, they have to sit at home and rewatch the glory days of, the demons.
There was a moment last year, I think it was last year, and Anzac Day is always very stressful for me because I'm an Essendon supporter in the AFL and they play Collingwood as tradition. And I think the siren had gone and Jamie Elliott kicked a goal after the siren. Phenomenal kick, and Collingwood won. Anyway... Lisa had to sit me down and say, hey, I need you back in the family now.
Yeah,
I need you to come back to me. Put that glass of whiskey down and come back to the room. And it took me about a week to get over it.
Is it the sport or the whiskey?
It's really hard to say.
How was your mental health when your team was cheating?
I don't know.
See, I don't even know about all this stuff.
At least it wasn't a racist scandal with my main player.
Okay. Adam, please get me out of this one.
Team.
Adam from Avalon. Do you think sport can make you unhappy, a bit like me?
Oh, definitely. I mean, yes, there's those times when your team's winning and it can release the happy endorphins and you're all full of joy and you're going down the pub for a drink after the game and you're all happy. But there's those times when they're losing and there's all the shouting in the crowd, you're yelling at the ref, you're unhappy, you're not in a good place.
Who's your team, Adam? Who's your team?
Mammy Ringa Seagull.
Oh,
well, then everyone hates them as well, don't they?
Oh, come on.
Adam, weren't you 18 points up on the weekend and lost the game?
Don't talk about it.
Fitz in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.